Alrighty, well, Ngozi Fulani, she's coming to this sort of event at Buckingham Palace, and Susan Hussey comes up to her and asks her a question. And the question at first is innocuous, nothing wrong with it. Just saying, oh, where are you from? The kind of action she did beforehand might be a little bit like, why did you do that? But it could be brushed over quite easily. And of course, Fulani just says where the charity is from. She talks about it a little bit, and Hussey asks the question, the follow-up question that you just don't do. Where are you really from? And when the reply was UK, because that's the truth, there was a third question that was caused even more cringe and controversy, especially to the people listening and the people and Fulani herself. Where are your family from? And the question was basically aimed at finding out when this person immigrated to the UK versus being the original member of the UK, the outsider versus the person who is have the rights to be there. And so obviously this caused some shock, could be some trauma or at least some high discomfort. And in the end, Hussey herself resigned. Buckingham Palace issued an apology, but people are not really letting it go too quickly. Yes, so that's where we are now.
It's an unbelievable situation. This makes me so mad.
Yeah.
This is like, especially this particular issue, you know.
Yeah.
I know there are British people that are racist. I get it.
Yeah.
But the one thing, like, it's almost the stereotypical thing that you do not say to a British citizen of any colour is, where are you really from?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Very annoying.
And I believe, if I remember correctly in the article, the event was centered on equality, which is definitely a twist of irony when you're treating someone as not an equal to you. You're not really a full British person because your
really
family.
British, are you?
When I watch those videos online, like go back to your country. It's like, I was born here. Yeah, but were your parents? It's like, your parents weren't either. Usually in America, you can say that because 99% of the time you are correct. Yeah. But anyways, it's highly annoying. Yeah.
It is worth pointing out that Susan Hussey was an aide to Queen Elizabeth. She was Queen Elizabeth's godmother and one of her ladies in waiting. She's not actually a member of the royal family, and she has since been fired. You know. Yeah,
it is true. And you know, I assume being so connected to Queen Elizabeth, her age is quite a factor as well.
She is super old.
Yeah, but that is never a good sort of defense, because any person of any age can know what to and what not to do in a circumstance. They have to be able to adapt and learn.
Yeah, if you're working at a job, you know, a public-facing job, you got to act appropriately.
And you know what? Act appropriately in private too.
Well, that too.
I'll ask that of you as well.
That too.
Do you think Hussey had good intentions, or was she intentionally being rude?
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. And neither makes it any better, in fact. If she's so stupid that after all these years living on this planet that she doesn't know that that's a rude thing to say, then she's got serious learning difficulties or something. Or she was intentionally being racist because she thinks she is superior. Neither is a good outcome. Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
And I think that's a lesson that is hard for some people to understand, is whether you intentionally do something or not, there is a result. And the result is what matters to many people, if not everyone. Now, of course, intentions can have effect on how we view things. But in this case, the intention was quite clear, which is she wanted to know when this person entered the UK along her genealogy versus a person who didn't, or who may not be seen as entering the UK. And that was rude and racist.
Yeah.
Or at least discriminatory.
Well, yes. And it works both ways, I guess. I know that people also complain that when you know, we're white people, we're criticizing another white person for their racism, but we're never spending any time actually supporting or helping black people, or, you know, people of color, people of non-white ethnicities. But still, I can't help it. I can't help myself criticizing other white people.
Yeah.
I feel strongly.
Yeah, and it's fine to criticize. That is a form of help, I guess. But yeah, never try to, always try to be better. That's what it is. And whatever you do, always try to be better. Now,
Be the change.
have you ever been treated badly for the person you are? Now, this doesn't have to focus on ethnicity. It can also focus on other things like your personality or whatever.
Oh, yes. I guess I've lived in foreign countries for a long time, and in some of those countries I do happen to look similar to the local residents, but in some countries I do not look similar. So I'm easy to spot in a crowd, you know, oh, ding.
Yes.
And I have been assaulted in public by a stranger because of the way I looked.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So I know what it's like to get abused racially. It's not fun.
And there's been times where just rather than the skin color, it was just being a foreigner. And that has made me turn down for bank situations, for sort of housing situations and things like that. That can happen as well. It's like, oh, foreigner? No thanks.
Yeah, during COVID we had some no foreigners allowed.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. It even can happen, it even can happen in our own countries sometimes. Maybe not for skin color, but for who you are. Like if you wear the type of clothing that someone doesn't like, tattoos, dyeing your hair even.
It hasn't happened to me, but I've been warned about not going to certain clubs and bars in Hongdae because of my age. I will get refused because I am 40. Ageism.
Wow. Anyways.
That was painful.
Yeah.
Telling these stories, though, I feel kind of weak and meaningless, compared to real
what has happened.
issues that have happened to other people. Yeah.
In context, we're okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the context of the vocabulary in the article and try to learn how to use it in everyday life as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Press.
Press.
Taken aback.
Taken aback.
Lady in waiting.
Lady in waiting.
With immediate effect.
With immediate effect.
Show one's true colors.
Show one's true colors.